paychecks are deposited in our checking accounts, and then expenses are put straight on our credit cards, and we can put everything on auto pay. We are not allowing our cash flows to actually land in our system, meaning that there's all kinds of lack of awareness around where our money actually goes. Hey, are you ready to choose financial mastery over financial chaos and drama? What do you think? Well, don't forget, hit that subscribe, like, and notification bell. Why? Because I'm going to help you get to a life that you love. And most of the times, we don't shift because our finances are not in an arena where we would prefer them to be to create a safe container for us to get there. So today, I want to talk to you guys about the ways. There's 5 ways that I've mapped out that I see people plug into the world with financial chaos and drama. That are the most common. And then I'm also going to give you 5 ways to really step into your financial mastery, which are the ones that I see the people who have mastered money the best. And once you recognize and you are aware of these patterns, then you can actually shift them. So this is where I wanted to highlight them so that you become more aware, and then you can choose to make different choices and commit to a different future. Sound good? Why not, right? Let's do this. All right, number 1, financial chaos and drama. And you'll hear me talk about this all the time. You've got debt. I always talk about that we have to clean up our financial past while we live in the present moment and plan for the future all at the same time. Why? Because if we only focused on our current reality, we might get depressed. We might get anxious. We might go into our patterning, we'll say. And this is where your financial past is all based on your debt levels. So if you would like to reduce your amount of financial drama and chaos, and I will also put in there a lack of freedom in your life, you need to address your debt. Now, some people will argue with me, Jewel, but this rate of return is really low on my mortgage, and this. Here's all I know. From a human being perspective, if you take your left brain logical out of the way, I don't know anyone who is not super happy the day they pay off their house, the day they pay off their car, the day they pay off their student loans, and when they no longer have revolving credit card balances. That's usually a pretty happy day for people. So I want you to start to become aware of your debt levels and then start to make decisions on how you're going to choose for it to be differently, because it's not about anybody else. It's about what you're choosing to do in the present moment that creates more of your future. So if you're taking on more debt lines, then you're pigeonholing yourself into the future that you want to create. And you are the creator of this. Okay. So that is the biggest piece of drama and chaos that we operate with. And I don't even care if it's good debt. It's still something you have to wake up in the morning to go to work and to pay for, right? So decide how you'd like to reduce that. Number 2, it goes to our cash flows. This is our money in the present moment. So many of us are running so hard and so fast these days, and paychecks are deposited in our checking accounts, and then expenses are put straight on our credit cards, and we can put everything on auto pay. We are not allowing our cash flows to actually land in our system, meaning that there's all kinds of lack of awareness around where our money actually goes. You're like, whenever I ask people, like, well, what approximately is your monthly spend? Like, I don't really know. Like, well, can you give me an idea? Is it like $3,000 a month, $5,000 a month, $8,000 a month? And people are like, I'm not real sure, but my credit card bill is this. It's so funny that we know what our credit card bill is, but we don't necessarily know where everything else is. So I want you to think about that because, and you can certainly go to my website. I have tips and tools. I have a worksheet that will really help you like map out those cash flows. Number 3, the third way that we operate in this financial drama and chaos is that we spend our bonuses, or I've even seen people spend their inheritances or raises before they ever come. That's a problem. Why? Because you haven't decided, you spend it and then you've pigeonholed yourself again. So if you notice that a lot of these financial drama and chaos has to do with pigeonholing yourself. So you spend it before the bonus comes, and then the bonus may or may not turn out to be exactly what you want. I can't tell you how many times I see this. That then you don't get what you want, and then the employer's the asshole, right? And you're like, well, they're only a jerk because, well, maybe you deserved it, but you spent it before you had it. This is actually the issue. You are the creator of your life, and that is not abundant. So, of course, your bonus shrunk because the universe is trying to teach you a lesson. Okay. Number 4, drama and chaos. I want you to look at your inner perfectionist, because when I see people who are operating from a place of being a perfectionist, what happens is that, millennials are amazing as a generation to not be a perfectionist because they're like the disposable generation, right? Like they have so much coming at them, they can't process it all. And so they've kind of surrendered on some level, going, well, you can just get it from here and you can just get it. And I know this because being an employer, I train different generations in my company, and millennials don't really hang on to things, whereas Gen X and baby boomers, we have much deeper levels of being a perfectionist. But I will say patterns repeat themselves. So now you have Gen Z, right? They tend to operate a lot like the baby boomers' parents because the economy was crap when they all started coming out of college. So they weren't able to get jobs, kind of like those who came out of the Great Depression. So let's be mindful of our perfectionist inside, because it's not going to get you to the place that you want to be because you're squeezing it and you're holding it too tight and you're trying to, and those things may matter, they may not matter, but a lot of times what it is, it's your subconscious patterning and it's your fear of a lack of safety. Hence you turn into trying to control everything. And then when you try to control everything, then you're trying to control your stress levels. So that's actually more of something else that needs to be created as opposed to having all your ducks in a row and being a perfectionist. All right, number 5. This is about the faking it till you make it. And where we're in this place of it's your time or your money. I find people who do all this chaos and drama around, well, I'm going to get the miles for this on this credit card. I'm going to get this deal here and use this credit card here because I get a discount and blah, 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 blah. Those are all distractions. And it's actually keeping you in financial scarcity. Now your brain is like, but Jewel, I made money because I went on these flights and I went on these trips, and those are easy ones. The miles on your credit card are easy ones. But I see people who spend their whole time with really like trying to squeeze, like I got this free coupon here and this ring there, and we're going to eat here. And it's exhausting. And it controls you. I want you to take a look at that. If that pattern of saving a buck is controlling you into a container that keeps you actually in scarcity and not abundance. And yes, you can use these tools to get you to the bridge that you want. But what I find is that it paralyzes people. I had my CPA say to me one time, because he had said, Jewel, I could certainly go fix that thing over there and you would get a discount, blah, blah, blah. But you're actually going to pay me more money to do that than actually. So decide on what you want. Is it your time or your money? Which one is more important? And once I started to surrender into this and realize, like, yeah, I understand that most people don't do it this way, but I want to spend the time and the joy of what I want to create in my life. And it is not joyful for me to know all the apps and know the discounts and playing the game, and because that's just a distraction of you living the life that you actually want to live. Okay? So those are the 5 areas of chaos. Now let's talk about the 5 areas of financial mastery. Are you ready? Number 1, I want you to choose to decrease your debt levels. People who have a lot of money don't have a lot of debt. They just don't. And people will say, well, they don't have a lot of debt because they have a lot of money. Nope. 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 Or they have a lot of income. I hear that excuse all the time. It's not true. I see people who have $40,000 a year in income, and they have more money than somebody who has $600,000 in income. And the difference is their debt levels. You trap yourself and you have a lack of freedom with your debt levels. So decrease those debt levels and you're getting to financial mastery. The second one is, I want you to actually stop having 50 million different accounts everywhere. I can't tell you how many people I meet and they have 4 401ks at past employers and they didn't get them consolidated into one, and or they have like savings accounts at this bank and savings account at that bank, and they went to this bank because it was a deal and then they never closed those accounts. That's chaotic. So go into mastery and look at where you can consolidate and get things into less accounts so you have less to manage, right? This is not about spreading yourself out so thin that it's too hard to keep track of. Again, people who are in their financial mastery minimize the number of accounts that they have. Number 3, I want you to look at if your money in your investments is funding your intentions and what you want to back in the world. You may not even know what that is, but the people who are financial masters, they know exactly. Money is energy. So money is going to flow. So where do you want your money to flow? What do you want to energize in the world? Okay. Number 4, if you get the itch, I need you to itch it, meaning like if you have emotions behind money and you're going to go have that spending hangover, I need you to sit in your emotions and I need you to feel those feelings as opposed to pulling out that credit card and getting that short-term happiness, that quick fix. It's no different than an addict. So people who are in their financial mastery, they actually feel their feelings pretty quickly and they don't act out through their money because they've gotten to a place where they're going, oh, this is triggering me. I need to just breathe my way through this. And then it doesn't act out on credit cards or spending or gifting or anything else. All right, number 5. Are you ready? Sorry, this is a big list, so I haven't written down today. Filter your financial decisions through your heart and then add your smarts. Why? Because your heart matters and your heart should be there all along the way for every piece and every decision you make financially. The challenge is we usually ask somebody else what that is, and then we don't filter through our own heart, and then we regret our choices. And people who have mastered their money, it's all about what they want to create in life, and they filter it through their own heart and soul. All right, everybody. I hope you're having an excellent week. And don't forget, I am here to get you to a life that you absolutely love. Go to my website, juliemurphy.com, and get on our email list. Subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell because we got all kinds of things from my book funnels, giving away my books for free. You just have to pay for shipping. But we're here to help you get to that place. Thanks, everybody. Bye.